We have honestly gotten to that point that it's not every single thing that you come out here and joke about. It's not every single thing you put it up there as comedy. We are not comedians. Black Americans should not be comedians to you. If we want to make comedy about ourselves, fine. But seeing other races, other race, like Haitian, Hispanic, Latinos, white folks, just carrying mic and decide to just act comedy, and the only thing they can act comedy is to be highly racist profile to us, and the moment we talk as black people they start saying that black people are racist too, is what I literally do not understand. Honestly, I don't know why a lot of people are in the comment section cheering this type of rubbish, but as far as I'm concerned, this is not supposed to be cheered at all. This is supposed to be what we should sit down, calculate, and then make sure we give him the exact F around and find out. Because what is all this? You have every single thing for you to be able to make joke about, for you to be able to make comments about. You, in fact, why didn't you use your own people as example? Why is it that every single thing that all other races want to do, if they did not attach Black Americans' name, if they did not attach Black American profile, if they did not attach anything relating to Black American, these people will literally not have their peace of mind. In 2026, please, can we just stop that nonsense as far as I'm concerned? Anyways, welcome back again to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I saw the joke that the comedian is making out of Black Americans and Black people in general, and I just decided to like bring it to you guys. I don't know if you guys have seen this in another video, but let me know. Like I said, credit belongs to original creators of every single clips. And for disclaimers, this is for educational purposes. Guys, let's go watch this video and I'll be back with commentary.
Problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You can just give them more room to breathe. But I understand, can you imagine the shape you have to be in to deport black people?
Did you get picked? Like, I know some of the people in the crowd were laughing with you, but the shit wasn't funny. And knowing how uneducated people are in America, especially about Black Americans, you can't convince me that some of the people that were voting against their best interests were doing that so that Black Americans could potentially be terrorized by ICE. Like, I remember the rhetoric in February and January of last year. Then they were like, oh, ICE isn't going to come after us. We're citizens, and we're naturalized citizens. They made an amendment to make sure that we have our rights. And that's when some of these people were like, wait, Black Americans actually have rights? They treat them like shit, but they got rights? They got more rights than us. This is making me angry. And it's just like, it's crazy how much these people hate us and how much they're willing to bend the white supremacy to get a little laugh off the backs of black people. And it's just like, shit wasn't even funny to begin with. And it's just, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, why is everybody so concerned about Black Americans all the time? I really don't get it.
With ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime.
Mind you, we are being targeted. Black people are being targeted by ICE raids. If you wanted shit to feel equal, it is. We're dying too. Like, I don't know if you're like, oh, we're not dying enough, we're not getting raided enough, but it is happening. But I'm gonna let y'all community handle it. Handle it.
Listen to this.
My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people.
Are Jamaicans not black people? Are Somalians not black people? Are Haitians not black people? And here's the problem. Just because we don't see it in the news don't mean it's not happening. I think that a lot of people rely too much on the news to tell us the truth of what's happening, and that's not what's happening. Because when I think about that whole Somali immigrants where they're targeting black Somali people, right? Black immigrants. And they're going door to door to get them out of their communities, when they're going door to door to push them out. Was that not an incident? Was that not black people being targeted? I promise you this too. And I know a lot of people have not been doing the research, but one of the biggest, largest groups that's being deported right now are black immigrants. And the thing about it is a very silent killing, a silent deportation of black people. And I think that because we do not see it in the news, a lot of people do not register that many black people are being deported. In addition to that, is a lot of black African Americans Sorry, I won't say that because Elon Musk tried to prove that he was African American, whatever. But there's a lot of black people, black Americans, who are descendants of enslaved people, who also are being accosted by ICE, who also are being restrained by ICE. ICE can put out a warrant for you and they can detain you and put you in the camp too. In addition to that, ICE, if you are a black person with a warrant, which you can get a warrant for anything, they can also pick you up and detain you as well. And they have been doing it in black communities as well. They've been rounding up black Americans. So I don't want to hear black people are not affected by it because the news don't find it worthy to report on it. And I want to take us back to 2020. Like, hopefully people are still listening by now. I want to take us back to 2020. It was a huge increase in hate crimes against black people because all the stuff that was going on with George Floyd. I know black people personally who were affected and who were accosted and who had experienced hate crimes because of that. But it was not reported on because Asian Americans was like, they reported on Asian Americans, which was still a bad thing happening was, hate crimes happening towards Asian Americans. But just because they did not report on things happening in the black community does not mean that just because they did not report on the things happening in the black community does not mean that hate crimes did not happen to black people. Also does not mean that deportation didn't happen to black people. It also doesn't mean that racism is not happening to black people. This is just food for thought.
And this is exactly why black people stepped away from this fight, because at the end of the day, you can say that these are dark humor jokes all you want, but the truth is, every joke has a bit of the truth in it. And the fact that he said they're not going after black people shows us not exactly that they're not going after black people, but he wants them to harm black people. He wants them to solely focus on black people. The problem with this administration is that even though black people blatantly said that they will go after all of you guys, if you guys vote for this, right? People didn't believe it because black people have been the sole target for so many years, and they were absolutely ecstatic for black people to get something negative from this administration, not realizing that their oppression is tied into ours. So the truth is that even when people don't support ICE, right, their support solely comes from their group of people being hurt, not the fact that it's hurting everybody else. They would be perfectly fine if black people were the sole targets. So many people would be perfectly fine if black Americans were the sole target of ICE assaults and violence.
My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You just give them more room to breathe.
If you're Asian American, the only valid reaction you should have to that video is disgust and, frankly, embarrassment. And now, when Asian communities are under attack, the fact that we're still throwing the black community under the bus shows how desperate some of us are to cling to this proximity to whiteness as our saving grace, as if that is going to keep us safe and protect our families when it never has before. A lot of us talk about how Asian discrimination and racism is downplayed, but it shouldn't come as a surprise when so many of us are so quick to disavow any solidarity with other communities of color. If you are part of an immigrant family, I know you know how rampant anti-blackness is in our world, and to see it perpetuated in the name of humor and an unfunny joke is embarrassing.
Man, listen, I don't know if y'all seen that video, right, where I was like, well, how come they're not deporting black folks? Why black folks are not getting arrested and all this extra shit, right? And I just think that video was kind of funny because obviously this guy don't know the history of America. Obviously he don't. And ICE would have no reason to deport black folks simply because a lot of us that are actually citizens of America, we were born here. We've been here since day one. This is actually our home and our land. We would not have a reason to be deported anywhere else. Like that, it makes no sense. Like seriously, these folks is really crashing out and blaming black folks because ICE ain't bothering us. Like that's crazy to me. Like y'all need to handle y'all business. Don't put the blame on us because we ain't doing shit. Like for real, bro. Like y'all mad because y'all in the country illegal and they trying to get y'all ass back to where the fuck y'all came from. But y'all up put blaming the shit on black folks. Like we doing some shit to y'all. This is a prime example why we need to stay out of this bullshit. Let them folks handle their own business and we just sit back and relax. Because obviously this is not our fight anyway. Like, seriously, I thought that video was funny because why would ICE be deporting black people when majority of us as black folks is from America? We were born here. So why would they deport us? That makes no sense. But hell, I'm just saying, what the fuck do...
My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You're just giving them more room to breathe. But I understand, can you imagine the shape you have to be in to deport black people?
Did y'all feel all that hate? That was not a joke. That was just hate. Because there's nothing funny about wishing harm on another community. It's nothing funny to wish that harm comes to another community. The black Americans in the audience were not laughing, and this man clearly is not living up to his stereotype of being smart, because there's no such thing as an undocumented black American. Black Americans cannot be deported. And he want to talk about crime. Let's talk about the massage parlors, right? All that human trafficking, all that sex trafficking. Where do you think the terms came from? Me love you long time. Human trafficking, sex trafficking. Maybe ICE need to pay K-Town a visit. Maybe ICE need to pay Chinatown a visit, because I'm pretty sure they could save a lot of kidnapped women, a lot of women that's being trafficked from these industries. So it's funny how, you know, nobody wish harm. The black American community never wish harm on another community, but the hate is always out there towards black Americans. No one's even thinking about Asians, right? And you have this joke. What about the ICE jokes? The people who's rounding people up, right? Then Trump said like 80% ICE agents was like Latino or something like that. What about the jokes towards the Latino community that's actually rounding y'all up, right? Man, the hate is real. There's no allies.
I'm making this video as an Asian American to address my fellow Asian Americans who engage in anti-black racism. Let's talk about this. For example, this right-wing Asian says, let me list all the problems that black Americans face that is shared by people of no other race. Okay, list over. Yes, it is true. If a black person has a problem, an Asian or white person has the same problem somewhere in America. There's nothing special about your race. This is, in short, white supremacy talking points. Let's address this. Here's just a very short list of the unique suffering that black Americans have had to and still have to go through. 266 years enslavement, 99 years of Jim Crow, 300% maternal mortality rate, 2% the wealth of whites, explicitly denied the GI Bill, FHA loans, and college admissions, and Social Security access. SCOTUS ruled approval to commit black genocide in Buck versus Bill, which, by the way, has never actually been overruled. Arrested 10 times more than whites for the exact same acts. And don't even get me started on the dozens and dozens of black massacres committed by white supremacists throughout American history, through the 1980s, by vigilante groups, and by state government. Massacres for which reparations were never paid, and none of the white supremacists were ever held accountable. And as an Asian American and human rights lawyer, I'm acutely aware of the anti-Asian racism throughout American history. Everything from the Chinese Exclusion Act to the Asiatic Exclusion League to the outright ban on Asian immigration in 1924. So how ridiculous do you think it sounds when Asians are anti-black, when it was black Americans and black civil rights leaders who ensured that Asians would get their immigration rights back as part of the 1965 Civil Rights Acts? The civil rights movement influenced U.S. immigration policy intimately because black civil rights leaders recognized their own history and did not want that same suffering on Asian Americans. Therefore, leaders like Dr. King demanded that Asian Americans, Latino Americans, basically anyone non-white immigrating to the United States would be given dignity and humanity. And finally, let's address this nonsense claim that black people are the reason why Asian Americans can't get admission to Harvard or other Ivy League schools. Affirmative action is not your problem, because if you really blamed affirmative action, you would be blaming white women. Why? Because more white women have benefited from affirmative action than every other racial demographic and minority combined. Yet, at no point do these Asian Americans who are anti-black and blame black people for affirmative action even bring up white women. Moreover, over 43% of white admissions to schools like Harvard would not have gotten admissions on credentials alone. They got admitted because they're legacy students. And the data shows that 3/4 of those white students were not qualified academically, meaning they took the spot of a more qualified black, Latino, or Asian person. But it's funny how these anti-black Asians have zero regard for this white supremacist policy of legacy, but they want to blame black people. This is white supremacy in a nutshell. And to those Asians who say, hey, look, I stand with black people, I don't believe in this kind of anti-black racism, that isn't enough. You need to speak out and condemn this injustice with your voice and your actions.
My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You're just giving them more room to breathe. But I understand. Can you imagine the shape you have to be in to deport black people?
The Asian community is literally so anti-black, and it literally fucking pisses me off. Like, we are literally so uneducated, uninformed, just misinformed, everything about the black community, and it pisses me off. And like, it just boggles my mind how a lot of Asians see black people as beneath them. I shit you not, I literally saw someone on my story and I literally was so gagged. Like, I was like, are you serious right now? And I sent him a message, ask him if he's being serious about this. This guy is Bhutanese. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but like, I guess he got like some kind of spray tan or whatever because he's doing some kind of stupid movie shoot or whatever. Roy posts on his story and says, because his skin is like 10 shades darker or something, he said, can I say the N-word now? With a ninja emoji next to it. I slid up so fucking quick and I asked this man, are you fucking serious right now? And guess what? That man left me on red. Need I say again that he is not black? He is Bhutanese from Bhutan or whatever the fuck you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Quite honestly, like, the Asian community is literally so underhandedly racist to the black community, and it just, like, not to mention the black community is one of the most supportive of marginalized groups that has ever, like, uplifted the Asian community and actually put effort into supporting us. I'm probably gonna piss a lot of Asians off for saying that, but it's literally the truth. And
going on TikTok, how y'all doing? Hope y'all having a wonderful day. But check this out, man. I noticed something with this deportation thing. I just couldn't figure it out. I said it in my video, but I just never thought about it. These people keep saying we're gonna get deported, we're gonna get deported, we're gonna get deported. They projecting. Because we the only people that didn't immigrate here. We didn't migrate here. We not refugees to come over here. We not in the immigration system. We didn't have to pledge allegiance and denounce another country just to live here. We didn't do none of that. We not anchor babies. Our parents didn't come over here, didn't have us here. None of that. But they have. They have. And they hate that. They jealous of that. They jealous of that. Because number one, they thought they were going to be our replacement. They were working on it. I ain't going to lie. They were working real hard to be our replacement. Then number two, they came over here to colonize us. But when they found out that Trump made it a way where we are emancipated people, we are children of slaves, we can't be deported. They hate that, and that bothers them. That jealousy and envy bothers them because they already come over here with jealousy. They already come over here with envy. But now they see we can't go nowhere. Now they want us to be scared with them. They want us to be scared of if we see an unmarked car drive past our house. They want our heart to be beating fast. You know what I mean? When we go to restaurants and we see ICE come take somebody, they want us to be scared with them. And we just out here popping fans. You know what I'm saying? Well, them fans, we just popping fans, having fun, enjoying life, talking, trying to get our money right, trying to see what's going to happen in the future. We ain't even thinking about ICE. We're not even thinking about being deported like they is. They want us to be scared like them. They want us to be worried like them. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, bro, like they really are jealous of us. Not just the Africans and Caribbeans, the Mexicans are jealous of us. Because they mad because they not part of the 14th Amendment. They not. There's a lot of white people not part of the 14th Amendment either. They jealous of that, bro. We can trace our family to the 1700s. Some people can go far back than that. And they don't like it. And they jealous of it. And they hate it. I know it burns them up. Like all the the contempt, all the anti-blackness they say about us, the rhetoric, the stereotypes, all that stuff they spew. And that one thing they can't get is the citizenship like we have. We emancipated people and they hate that. Ooh, they hate that. That burns them up. That's why they doing these scare tactics on us. That's why they doing all these things, because they want us to be fearful, just like them, of being deported.
I have something to say to the Asian community that is anti-black. How can you be anti-black when the black man didn't cause Agent Orange in Vietnam? The black man didn't bomb Hiroshima or Nagasaki. The black man didn't put Asian people in concentration camps after Pearl Harbor, and that was about 120,000. And the black man didn't call COVID the Kung Fu virus. While all of that being anti-black towards me, you live off of the benefits of the civil rights. The one fucking thing you could say is thank you.
It seems like other, deeply melanated black people are really, really fucking upset that black American citizens exist. Like ones that were actually born here, that have a lineage here. Like I keep seeing videos of them saying, oh, you're next. And shouts out to Leo. I saw his video where he was responding to, I'm guessing she was a Caribbean, saying your president doesn't like you. Y'all gonna be back picking cotton. He gonna get y'all out of here next. And it's like, he literally said that we built this country. He literally said that the birthright citizenship was for the descendants of slaves. Chattel slavery. Y'all are so butthurt that we cannot be deported. Then they were like, oh, because when it's time for y'all to get out of here, y'all ain't gonna have nowhere to go. Get out of where? Where they gonna send me? Georgia? South Carolina? Y'all do know that a lot of us literally still to this day own land in this country. And the ones of us that don't know that we do, we're taking the proper steps and we're going through the proper channels to reclaim our ancestors' land. Y'all maybe y'all don't know that, but it's so ignorant to keep assuming that we are all immigrants. Y'all are really jealous that we can't be deported anywhere. Y'all are really, really jealous. It's envy at this point, because what else is it? We don't do anything to you people. Nothing. We welcomed y'all. And it seems to be backfiring that we all thought that we were all one just because we share the same hue of complexion. And I know I'm continuously making the same types of videos, but it's like, I keep seeing y'all making these videos talking about y'all, and then y'all always trying to attack slavery. Y'all always trying to attack, as if on the Caribbean. Child, I could get into so much that's going on y'all's islands and in y'all's countries to this day in 2025. Y'all are just so fucking envious. Then there was this girl that was like, oh, if everybody has an issue with black Americans, then maybe it's black Americans. If everybody doesn't like you. No, that's not true. Because we literally do not start. We do not do anything to anybody. We've literally welcomed everybody that came to this country. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Like, I saw a girl saying Brooklyn belongs to the Caribbeans now. New York belongs to the Caribbeans. And it's like, we still exist out there. And the reason why y'all were able to successfully migrate and set up shop is because we supported y'all. We thought we were all kinfolk. I've had plenty of Caribbean friends to this day that I love and I've supported. I've supported businesses. I've patronized restaurants, shops, and everything. While y'all just literally, not all of y'all, but some of y'all just have this disdain, this hatred for us for no reason. And I think it's really envy that we cannot be deported. There's this deep-seated envy, like a hatred, because we are American. And a lot of y'all fight and strive so much to come here when we were born here. And yes, we've had our hardships and our struggles, and we still fighting and we still thriving. But we are a very, very successful group of black people in the world globally. Our impact, the things that we've innovated, our inventions, the things that we've created, it's undeniable. Ain't nobody really fucking with us like that. Even the poorest of us that live in the hoods, if we compare our hoods to y'all's hoods, there's no fucking comparison. Y'all always want to compare y'all top 10% to our bottom 10. Let's go apples for apples. Living in a hood here is not even a marker to how much you make these days. It's very expensive to live in urban communities, especially in a tri-state in 2025. So that's not even a socio-economic marker anymore. But anyways, I'm just tired of, like, leave us alone. Hang it up.
As I'm concerned, right? There's nothing funny about this video. Like, there is nothing absolutely funny about this video. This video should not even have made it up to this internet, because at the end of the day, you're trying to make fun of something you are trying to invoke. A lot of this Asian, Hispanics, Latino community have literally been sitting down asking themselves questions over and over again: why Black Americans are not being deported, why Black Americans are not being raided, why Black Americans are not being targeted. But there is a lot of things that is happening even to the Black American community that a lot of them do not even want to see. They do not even want to go there. They do not even want to talk about it. So, like, let it make sense to me that a matured man would pick up his mic because he wanted to come on stage to come and do comedy at this point where everybody head is not really in the right angle yet. Everybody is just trying to look forward to what tomorrow brings, what tomorrow owns, and what can actually happen within the next second. This guy will just literally handle the mic, go on stage, and the next thing he will literally said is, why every other minority community being raided and Black people are not raided? I can tell you for a whole fact that he don't just want to specifically say Black Americans, but when he said Black people, this was direct message to Black Americans. The only thing that was left for him is just for him to say, why are Black Americans not raided? Do you get? But because he know that if he said that, a lot of people are going to come after him. So the only thing he can literally do right now is just to make it look sweet, make it look romantic, make it look like, okay, we're just doing things generally. Oh, Black people. Black people in what sense? Are Nigerians not Black people? Are Jamaicans not Black people? Are Caribbeans not Black people? Are Ethiopians not Black people? Is it only Latinos? Is it only Asians? Is it only Hispanics that ICE agent has been raiding? The last time I checked, I've seen a lot of Nigerians being deported. Yes, they are being deported. Are they not Black people? So when people make comments like this, they are directing it to Black Americans because they have been wondering, they have been thinking. A lot of them have stayed in their inner chambers to discuss what is so special about Black Americans. Why can't Black Americans be deported? Why can't Black Americans be raided? Why can't Black Americans be moved? But for them to now realize that there is actually a particular right that covers Black American as a whole is not so alarming to them, is not so surprising to them, is not so shocking to them, that the only thing they can literally do now is every single opportunities you give them mic to talk, every single opportunities that you give them platform, every single opportunity that they need to speak on a podcast, speak on a live TV show, or speak anything, the next thing they're going to do, they will make sure they are rubbing it to Black Americans and make it look like, oh, we're not coming for Black Americans, but this is actually what we mean. For crying out loud, that was actually not a funny joke. That was actually a racist comment. That was actually coming from a place where his burden is hard. Like, he has thought about it, they have think about it, they have discussed about it. So now let me just go up, do the comedy, and just tag it as Black people. Let it make sense, and let me make this clear. Black Americans cannot be deported no matter how hard you try to twist it. If you don't know your history or you've not studied your history before, just have it at the back of your mind that Black Americans have literally been in America even before Columbus, even before the slave trade, even before anything European happened. There were Black indigenous people in America. There were people already building America. So America did not just come from anywhere. America did not just start building up by immigrants, right? As you people always target that immigrants built it. It's a lie. There were people already in America even before every single trade that happened. And that is why Black Americans choose to identify themselves as foundational Black America. But if you're among the first, second generation and you choose to identify yourself as African American or Caribbean American or any other American, that is fine by you. So the earlier we realize the history, understand the history, that anyhow we try to make joke, anyhow we try to quote it, anyhow we try to say it, Black Americans cannot be deported, the better for each and every single one of us. And I hope I'm able to make sense anyways. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And I want to say thank you so much for always supporting this channel. For disclaimers, this is just for educational purposes. Thank you so much for staying stick and hook with me to the end of this video. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be seeing, but I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.